Well, hi everyone. This is the new Base Station 2 firmware update. 2.5 came as a surprise to me when I just found out about this yesterday, and there's some really cool new features. So let's check it out. Okay, to update your firmware, all you have to do is connect your Base Station 2 to the computer via the USB. Go to the components website, click on the update firmware button under the Base Station 2 menu. It'll begin updating the firmware. It might take some time. On the base station you'll see some lights flashing. It'll display some messages on the computer saying waiting for the base station to reboot. Updating some tuning tables. And then it's finished. It'll say update successful. And that's it. Greeting message is when you turn the unit off and you turn it on, it'll display a greeting message. That one says Ramsey. This is how you set it. Go onto the components section of the Novation music website and click on custom message, and then you enter your message and export it to the BS2. Easy. Okay, so let's look at paraphonic mode. Firstly, we've got to put both oscillators up. We've just selected it on the knit tone, and we'll just go function oscillator 1 2 sync twice, and you can see P for paraphonic is 0 is off, 1 is on, and you press function again to exit. So now we should see, there you go. That's paraphonic mode. You can actually save paraphonic mode patch by patch, so you can have it turned off on one patch and turned on another. Let's have a look at a patch that has paraphonic mode already on it. We'll go to patch 23 and we'll latch. Enable the sub-oscillator still to warm it up even more. Even go to lower. This one is one called adjustable filter tracking. You can do this by pressing the function key and the mod wheel filter frequency key twice. F0 means it's fully on, and 7 means there's no filter tracking, and then anything in between. Let's check it out. Next is envelope retriggering. It's now possible to configure both your mod and amplitude envelopes to retrigger once the decay stage has ended, and this can be turned on and off by holding the function key and pressing velocity amp env twice. R1 means it retriggers, and R0 means it behaves as it did before, it does not retrigger. Let's see what happens with an envelope without a retrigger. So this is pretty easy to see. You've got a slow attack and then a little bit of a release. So what we want to listen for when we enable the envelope trigger is the release. So let's turn it on. that has nothing to do with the LFO. That's just the envelope. It's a pretty cool feature. Oscillator error. This one's pretty cool. So basically what it does is it's possible to introduce a random detune on each note event. So you hold down function key and press oscillator pitch bend twice. So let's listen. That's normal. You can really notice it in paraphonic mode. Let's look at microtuning. So microtuning gives you a complete frequency triggered by each key press. So there are 9 tuning tables on the device and they can all be modified, but you can only save 8. Refer to the manual for the tuning tables. So to access the tuning tables, you hold down function and you press the tune key twice. Okay, so tuning table 0 is the default. T1 is prime, which is 5 notes per octave. The prime pentatonic mode with no semitones. So there's an octave there. Tone 2, table 2, sorry, is the Harmonix series, 6 notes per octave, or 432 Hertz. And then you've got Indian, which is 22 notes per octave, which is table 3. Pretty much all of that will be 1 octave from there to there. Wow, it's a long octave, that one. Then you got Ptolemy. I don't know how you pronounce that. P-T-O-L-E-M-Y, someone will tell me. Ptolemy's intense diatonic synatonin, also known as Zarlino scale, which is table 4. 7 notes per octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turkish is also, which is table 6, is also 7 notes per octave. Which is, you can hear the difference. There's also Chinese Bianzong, which is the pitch of the Bianzong bells. It's a 12 octave note per octave. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's go back to 0. The last thing to remember is that all of these new features on firmware 2.5 can be accessed via MIDI implementation, and you can use NRPNs to access these. I'll display up on the screen now the NRPN codes. If you want to know how to use NRPNs, there's a video up on the top right hand corner you can click on, which will explain how. It's a tutorial on NRPNs, which I've done recently, part of my midweek MIDI series. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon.